Today, the Justice Department is announcing significant enforcement actions against the largest, most violent, and most prolific fentanyl trafficking operation in the world. That operation is run by the Sinaloa cartel and fueled by Chinese precursor chemical and pharmaceutical companies. The Justice Department is attacking every aspect of the cartel's operations. We have charged suppliers in China who sell fentanyl precursors to the cartel, a Guatemalan-based broker who purchases the precursor chemicals on behalf of the cartel, operators of the clandestine labs in Mexico where the cartel manufactures fentanyl, a weapons supplier who arms the cartel with firearms smuggled into Mexico from the United States, leaders of the cartel's security forces who terrorize communities, money launderers who enable the cartel to fund its operations, and the cartel's leaders, known as the Chapitos, who are sons of the now imprisoned former head of the cartel, known as El Chapo. 8 of those defendants are now in the custody of our international partners. We will be seeking their extradition to the United States to face charges in federal court. And we will be working closely with our partners in the government of Mexico to seek the extradition of other defendants. As outlined in an indictment unsealed today in the Southern District of New York, the Sinaloa cartel is largely responsible for the surge of fentanyl into the United States over the last 8 years. That surge is the result of a complex and comprehensive fentanyl manufacturing and trafficking network orchestrated by the cartel and depicted on the screens above. First, a cartel associate brokers the sale and shipment of fentanyl precursor chemicals, principally from China, to clandestine labs in Mexico where the fentanyl is manufactured. Those labs are guarded by cartel security forces who brutalize and terrorize Mexican communities. From the labs, cartel's traffickers move fentanyl from Mexico into the United States, where it is sold wholesale to other criminal organizations. Before resale, those criminal organizations often mix fentanyl powder into other drugs, such as cocaine and heroin. They also often sell fentanyl pills as counterfeit prescription pain medications. As a result, many Americans are unaware that they are purchasing and being poisoned by fentanyl. Finally, money launderers working with the cartel ensure that the profits from these deadly sales get back to the cartel. The charges unsealed today demonstrate the comprehensive approach the Justice Department is taking to disrupt the entire fentanyl trafficking ecosystem. The 23 defendants we have charged in this indictment represent each stage of the movement, manufacturing, and sale of deadly fentanyl from start to finish. As alleged in the indictment, 2 of the defendants, Ivan Archivaldo Guzmán Salazar and Jesus Alfredo Guzmán Salazar, are leaders in the cartel, alongside Ovidio Guzmán Lopez, a defendant who we charged in a separate indictment, also unsealed today, for his role in manufacturing and trafficking activities for the cartel. The indictments describe in detail how the Sinaloa cartel operates without respect for human rights, for human life, or the rule of law. For example, 2 of the defendants tested the potency of the cartel's fentanyl on individuals who were tied down. In another instance, those defendants experimented on a woman they had been ordered to shoot. Instead, they injected her repeatedly with fentanyl until she overdosed and died. And after an addict died testing a batch of the cartel's fentanyl, one of the defendants sent the batch to the United States anyway. They have fed some of their victims, dead and alive, to tigers belonging to the Chapitos.
But El Chapo's sons, Ovidio, Ivan, and Alfredo, known as Los Chapitos, became the new leaders of the Sinaloa cartel. They inherited a global drug trafficking empire, and they made it more ruthless, more violent, more deadly, and they used it to spread a new poison, fentanyl. Let me be clear. The Chapitos pioneered the manufacture and trafficking of the deadliest drug our country has ever faced.
Bueno, pero no me regañe.